What if a quiet nation suddenly reshaped the fate of a brutal conflict, tipping scales no one expected? For over 200 years, Sweden held its silence. Now, Stockholm stands at the heart of the Russia-Ukraine war, injecting billions in aid and rewriting the battlefield rules. The impact? Astonishing, and devastating for some. Sweden's military aid to Ukraine totals a staggering $6.5 billion. This colossal support is turning heads on critical fronts, the Donetsk, Kharkiv, and Svatovo axes, where Russia's 20th and 41st armies are caught in the storm of Swedish steel and strategy. Armored machines like the STRV-122 and CV-90 infantry fighting vehicles are not just machines, they're game changers. Russian forces face relentless pressure as Swedish weaponry relentlessly dismantles old tactics. The STRV-122, an armored beast inspired by Germany's Leopard 2A5 but transformed with Nordic combat wisdom, boasts armor so thick it can shrug off devastating hits. Its turret, laden with layered protective plating, is paired with day and night thermal imaging that turns darkness and chaos into sharp, unforgiving clarity. This is no lone wolf tank. It works in deadly harmony with CV-90s and artillery units armed with M109 or Archer systems. Together, they form a rhythmic strike force. The STRV-122's cameras track infantry movements while loading ammunition and artillery fire happen in lockstep. The synchronization is tight, turning traditional assaults into orchestrated symphonies of destruction. The CV-90 is the infantry's lifeline, armed with a fierce 40mm automatic cannon and fortified with high-grade armor. This isn't just a troop carrier. It's the eyes and reflexes of soldiers on the ground, storming forward alongside tanks. Ukraine's 21st Mechanized Brigade quickly grasped this power, deploying CV-90s in tight-knit units, reshaping fights in populated and transition zones. An eerie silence falls before coordinated attacks launched from these teams. Tanks and infantry scan the zone with thermal clarity, each movement precise, each target chosen with surgical calculation. Russian defenses scramble, often reacting too late or aiming at empty shadows. With CV-90s darting fluidly, the battlefield becomes a chaotic dance where Russia struggles to find firm footing. But it's the Archer artillery system that electrifies the firepower balance. Mounted on a truck, Archer unleashes 155mm shells in lightning-fast salvos. The system's rapid deployment, bombardment, and swift retreat thwart enemy counter-battery fire. Russian artillery attempts to respond are often left swinging at ghosts, unable to pin down the elusive Archer units. Sweden's footprint doesn't end on the ground. High above, its air early warning platform, the Saab 340 AEW, transforms Ukraine's radar game. Flying at 20,000 feet, its advanced radar spots aircraft, missiles, and even ships hundreds of kilometers away, illuminating threats that Ukraine's older jets could only glimpse dimly before. Previously, Ukraine depended on NATO AWACS data routed indirectly, with deadly delays. Now, the Saab's direct real-time radar feed slashes those crucial minutes, feeding target data instantly to anti-air batteries. This shift changes the timing of air defense forever, giving Ukraine a lifeline against missile attacks from Crimea and bomber sorties launched from Belarus. However, this airborne sentinel is not just a scout, it's a command hub. Protected by layers of air defenses, the Saab 340 directs the dance of surface-to-air missiles like Iris-T, NASAMS, and Patriot. It integrates radar information with electronic warfare, creating false signals to confuse enemies and forcing them to waste precious ammunition. Sweden's influence ripples even through Ukraine's waters. Combat boats from the Stridsbåt 90 family stealthily patrol rivers and estuaries, enabling daring raids for special forces and marines. Quick strikes and rapid withdrawals have made coastal areas hotspots of surprise and unpredictability, where Russian defenses are kept off balance. A new weapon, the Robot 17, adapted from helicopter-based munitions, adds a razor edge to coastal defense, threatening enemy ships from shorelines. With every moving part, from tank turrets that glow in thermal hues to silent boats slicing through dark waters, Sweden's contribution is relentless and reshaped the front's brutal dynamics. The 2025 summer offensive was a grim turning point. Despite months of fighting, Russian forces seized only a tiny sliver of Ukrainian land. Not a single major city fell. Instead, Russian troops found themselves hemmed in, casualties soaring past 200,000, with entire armored columns shattered. What looked like a massive campaign ended in disaster, the fingerprints of Swedish support etched all over the battlefield's scars. This is the story of a silent giant awakening. A nation long removed from war's front lines now forging the fate of armies through steel, strategy, and sheer will. But as the battlefield shifts and new threats arise, the question remains, how far will this tide of Swedish might push the war, and what surprises wait beneath the surface? In the wake of 2 centuries of silence, a thunderous new chapter unfolds as Sweden emerges as a pivotal force in the Russia-Ukraine war. With a staggering $6.5 billion in military aid, Stockholm is not just providing support, it's drastically altering the battlefield's dynamics. The once fearsome Russian 20th and 41st armies find themselves reeling under the impact of sophisticated Swedish weaponry like the STRV-122 tank and the CV-90 infantry fighting vehicle. The STRV-122, a formidable armored beast, is more than just a refined cousin of the Leopard 2A5. It has been meticulously crafted to endure and thrive in the harshest combat terrains, with thick armor shielding it from enemy fire and cutting-edge thermal imaging systems granting unparalleled situational awareness. Imagine a predator, equipped to stalk its prey under the cover of darkness. This tank suggests that kind of lethal efficiency. But make no mistake, this force does not act in isolation. It operates within a well-oiled triad of coordination alongside CV-90S and advanced artillery units like the M109 and Archer systems. Here, tactics transcend traditional armored assaults, evolving into a concerted symphony of warfare. Eyes on the front line, the CV-90 thrives, armed with a 40mm Bofors automatic cannon and advanced sighting systems. It's not merely an armored carrier but an indispensable combat partner, leading infantry through the chaos of battle. It's the infantry's keen vision, agility, and heart, outmaneuvering and dictating tempo alongside, or even in front of, the powerful STRV-122. The Ukrainian forces recognized this potent combination early on, integrating the CV-90S into their strategies with remarkable success. In the combat zones surrounding Vovchansk, the synergy of tank and infantry units moving in sync with CV-90S became a game-changer. With armored fortitude and thermal clarity, these vehicles transformed how combat unfolded in urban terrains and transitional zones, shaping engagements in real time. When the 93rd Brigade launched its operations, these armored warhorses ensured that every advance was calculated and every strike decisive. Now picture the scene, a cacophony of engines roaring as the CV-90S established their foothold, scanning the horizon and identifying targets with meticulous precision. The atmosphere thickens with the anticipation of combat, artillery coordination firing seamlessly in tandem. The Russian lines shift, caught off guard, often responding too late, their defenses muddled and confused. The buzz of combat fills the air, victory dances tantalizingly close. But amongst these successes lies a chilling reality. While the Ukrainian advances have confounded Russian strategies, they have also led to staggering losses. Russia's once thundering offensive has crumbled, capturing a mere fraction of Ukrainian territory. This offensive, heralded as a new dawn for Russia, has instead spiraled into a strategic nightmare, with tens of thousands of casualties and a significant portion of their armored fleet now reduced to scrap. As the battlefield evolves, Sweden's support looms large, its influence carving a new landscape in both military strategy and regional stability. In this gripping theater of war, the turning tides and crushing setbacks illuminate the stark reality that no empire is invincible, and the echoes of the past are shaped by the courage of the present. Where will the next chapters of this harrowing saga lead? In the previous section, we explored how the integration of advanced vehicles like the CV-90 has transformed the battlefield in favor of the Ukrainian forces. Their superior coordination led to effective strategies, allowing Ukrainian tanks and infantry to work in unison, disrupting Russian defenses. As the battle raged on, a dynamic synergy emerged on the battlefield. The CV-90S expertly surveyed the terrain before engagements. Their high maneuverability didn't just provide tactical advantages, it clouded Russian forces in uncertainty, disrupting their initial responses. Imagine the chaos of seeing your enemy continuously shifting, striking from unexpected angles. It all boils down to one crucial factor: timing. Enter the Archer system. This isn't just artillery, it's a revolution in firepower. With the ability to unleash 155mm rounds on a truck chassis in mere seconds, it challenges the very notion of artillery speed. The precision and immediacy of Archer's deployment can leave the adversary scrambling. By the time Russian artillery reacts, Ukrainian forces have already repositioned, leaving them vulnerable and exposed. Behind the scenes, dedicated crews train near the front lines, turning their positions into strongholds cloaked in camouflage. As they engage, the adversary's artillery typically struggles to keep pace, missing critical targets amidst the chaos. Now, picture the airspace overhead, where Sweden's early warning systems are redefining the game. Introducing the ASC-890. This airborne platform paints a complete picture of the aerial battlefield, showcasing threats with stunning clarity. Imagine flying at 20,000 feet, detecting everything from aircraft to missiles over vast distances, even tracking ships. Its advanced radar technology shines a light on enemy movements that would otherwise slip through outdated detection systems. With this, Ukraine not only enhances its battlefield visibility but gains a significant edge, striking terror into the hearts of Russian forces. But, what happens when these hidden advantages collide with the unforgiving nature of war? As the two sides gear up for the next confrontation, will the momentum shift or will the forces of uncertainty unravel everything? Previously, we saw how Ukraine's air defenses struggled with delayed and incomplete radar data. Now, a game-changer has arrived that reshapes the very nature of this aerial battlefield. Imagine a Guardian that watches over the skies with unprecedented clarity. The Saab 340 AEW and C aircraft isn't just another radar plane, it's a revolution in early warning. Positioned deep inside Ukrainian territory, it shrinks the deadly gap between threat detection and response from minutes, down to seconds. For years, Ukraine relied on distant Western radar assets, NATO's AWACS flying hundreds of kilometers away. Their data came through tangled satellite links and command chains, causing crippling delays. But now, with the Saab 340 patrolling overhead, alerts stream directly to frontline batteries in real time. Every second counts when hostile cruise missiles streak across the sky at breakneck speeds. This is not merely a technological upgrade, it's a strategic lifeline. Its sophisticated area radar offers a full 360-degree watch over more than 450 kilometers. It tracks Russian bomber aircraft launching from Belarusian bases like Baranovichi and Zabrovka, as well as waves of missiles pouring out of Crimean airfields such as Belbek and Saki. These are threats Ukraine could hardly anticipate before. Equipped to detect missile types like the infamous Caliber, Kh-101, Kh-555, and even the elusive Kh-35, this system primes Ukraine's long-range missile defenses, think Iris-T, NASAMS, and Patriot, to react faster than ever. But here's the twist, the Saab 340 does not carry weapons. It is a command brain, a radar hub directing Ukraine's air defense chessboard. To stay alive, it must be safeguarded by layers of protection. Short and medium-range systems shield it closely, while Patriot batteries provide backup from further away. This layered fortress ensures the radar command center remains a pulse of situational awareness amid a relentless storm. Close your eyes and picture the difference this makes. The whistling surge of incoming missiles no longer sneaks in blind. Instead, every cockpit, every bunker, every defense battery can glimpse the shadow before it falls, mounting precise countermeasures in the blink of an eye. The smell of burnt electronics from missed strikes fades. Instead, a new era of controlled, rapid defense begins. This radar sentinel pierces the fog of war, illuminating the darkest threats with sharp, unblinking eyes. But there's more lurking beneath this advantage. With the Saab 340's ability to listen in on enemy radar signals, it maps out threat zones and skews enemy targeting. It can confuse adversaries with false signals, a cunning trick that squanders their precious ammunition, leaving them exposed and vulnerable. This hidden electronic warfare layer gives Ukraine an edge far beyond physical firepower. It turns defense into deception and deception into survival. What happens next? Will this new technological heartbeat hold firm under pressure or become the next target to vanish in the chaos? The skies over Ukraine are no longer just battlefields, they are front lines in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. The silent watcher above holds the key to survival or failure. The fate of countless lives hangs on its sensors, on its signals, pulsing in real time across the war-torn heavens. 2 centuries of hushed anticipation have culminated in a momentous shift. Sweden is now at the forefront, steering the tumultuous tide of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, deciding to intervene not merely from duty but out of a moral imperative. This bold stance is marked by an impressive allocation of $6.5 billion in military aid, establishing Stockholm as one of Kyiv's most robust allies and reshaping the battlefield. The cascading effects of this support are palpable. As Swedish weaponry, notably the STRV-122 tank and CV-90 infantry fighting vehicles, make their mark, the front lines in the Donbass region shake under the pressure of change. Russia's 20th and 41st armies are feeling the strain, pushed back by the innovative power of Swedish technology. The Archer's counterstrikes are a game-changer, disrupting artillery balance and intensifying attrition for opposing forces. The summer offensive of 2025 marked a severe turning point. Faced with the unexpected resilience of the Western-backed Ukrainian defense, Russian troops advanced perilously, claiming a mere 0.3% of Ukrainian territory, an area smaller than a mid-sized European city. Instead of devouring Ukraine's strongholds, Russia found its ambitions thwarted, its forces bogged down in a few border villages. Rather than a triumph, what unfolded was a catastrophic debacle, with estimates revealing tens of thousands of Russian casualties, over 210,000 dead and wounded, and a staggering loss of tanks and artillery. Amidst this devastation, the role of Swedish support cannot be overstated. The STRV-122, an evolution of the Leopard 2A5, is more than just a battle tank. It embodies Sweden's combat adaptability, reinforced by lessons learned in icy terrains. Built on a sturdy platform, it offers unparalleled armor and advanced sensors, critical in a conflict where survival hinges on innovation. But this tank does not operate alone. Its efficiency is magnified through tight coordination with CV-90s and artillery units like the M109 and Archer systems, creating a well-oiled machine on the battlefield. Together, they transform traditional assault strategies into a carefully synchronized operation. The STRV-122 leads, but its strength lies in its integrated support network. The clever integration of the CV-90 allows Ukrainian forces to leverage its capabilities. Armed with a 40mm Bofors cannon and advanced optics, it is not just a transport vehicle, it is a dynamic member of the assault team, flowing seamlessly with the tank units. Its presence in operations, particularly around Vovchansk, has been transformative, allowing Ukraine to reclaim strategic advantages in combat. The battlefield is a complex realm, and the CV-90, with its maneuverability and precision, plays a vital role in shaping the outcome of engagements. As artillery gains momentum in this escalating conflict, systems like the Archer prove vital. Its rapid deployment capabilities become a tactical asset, countering Russian artillery with speed. This operational prowess is precisely what Ukraine needs amidst a barrage of incoming fire, a blend of firepower and agility. Now, Sweden is also casting its influence into the realm of air defense with the Saab 340. A crucial leap in technology. Not a weapon itself, this platform amplifies Ukraine's situational awareness and command capabilities, providing real-time intelligence crucial for effective defense. Positioned strategically away from frontline clashes, it forms the nerve center of air operations, optimizing response efforts against incoming threats. The integration of systems like the Saab 340 equips the Ukrainian military with the ability to secure its critical infrastructures, energy grids, railway junctions, and civilian zones, highlighting the dual role of military assets in conflict prevention. Early warning systems now operate at the speed of the battlefield, dispensing with delays that have previously hampered efficacy. Meanwhile, warfare is not confined to land and air. Waterways have become battlegrounds of their own. Sweden's Stridsbåt 90 combat boats play a stealthy yet significant role along Ukraine's coast, offering support for special operations while enhancing naval mobility. With these vessels, Ukraine is reshaping tactical possibilities, ensuring even the most vulnerable coastal points become fortified against surprise strikes. Through this multifaceted approach, Sweden's involvement is reshaping the landscape of the conflict. As clear skies offer new horizons, the ruthless calculus of warfare continues to evolve, and in this deadly game, even whispers of technology can deliver thunderous results. The question remains, how far will this investment in military strategy carry the balance of power? In the shadows of history, 2 centuries of silence have just been shattered. Sweden has emerged as a decisive force in the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, reshaping the dynamics on the battlefield. With a staggering $6.5 billion in military aid, Stockholm now stands among the top supporters of Ukraine, delivering not just weapons but a shift in warfare culture. As Swedish military technology unfolds, it has become a game-changer for Ukraine. The once quiet lines of conflict have ignited as Russian forces face the brunt of advanced Swedish arms on multiple fronts, particularly around battles for key regions like Donetsk, Kharkiv, and Svatov. Traditional powerhouses like Russia's 20th and 41st armies are now grappling with the relentless pressure exerted by cutting-edge Swedish heavy armor, like the STRV-122 tank, combined with the tactical prowess of CV-90 infantry fighting vehicles. The STRV-122, fundamentally born from the renowned Leopard 2A5 design, has been meticulously redesigned based on years of rigorous combat experience. This formidable machine isn't just heavily armored, it's built to thrive under intense battlefield conditions, offering a significant advantage in both protection and situational awareness through superior thermal imaging systems. The Swedish steel strikes hard, and it's transforming the battlefield into a high-stakes chess game where every move counts. Meanwhile, the CV-90 isn't just an accompaniment, it's the tactical eye of the battlefield. This armored vehicle's rapid response capability and advanced weaponry allow infantry operations to synchronize seamlessly with tank advances. Ukrainian forces swiftly understood the value of this tripartite strategy, deploying CV-90s in a way that enhances their effectiveness in urban combat and mixed terrains. As Ukraine pushes forward, the CV-90s have emerged as the vanguard, meticulously scanning areas before advances, ensuring that superiority isn't just claimed but maintained. But wait, there's more. The Archer artillery system introduces an unparalleled speed of fire. With the ability to move, launch, and retreat in mere moments, it has redefined artillery engagements, effectively keeping Russian forces on their toes and countering their artillery attacks with profound efficiency. Russia's artillery units? They're left scrambling, struggling to recalibrate their response times against a foe that's constantly adapting and outmaneuvering them. As Ukraine capitalizes on these shifts, an unexpected twist arises in the skies. Sweden's early warning systems, represented by the Saab 340, are changing the aerial game. This aircraft, equipped with precision radar systems, offers Ukraine unparalleled real-time monitoring of imminent threats. It evokes a sense of security that has been out of reach since the onset of the conflict. The days of delayed warnings and fragmented intelligence are now behind them, paving the way for a joint defense mechanism that shields critical infrastructures from enemy missiles. With this newfound edge in the air, Sweden is enhancing the security of not just military targets but vital civilian infrastructures as well. The stakes are higher, and the risks of complacency have diminished. A new operational framework is on the horizon, intensifying the psychological warfare that accompanies each engagement. Yet, as the tides shift, it would be remiss not to mention the silent yet potent impact of Swedish combat boats along Ukraine's coast. These vessels are not merely for show, they signal a significant change in capacity and operational flexibility for Ukraine's special forces and Marines. With their stealthy profile and light armament, they redefine mobility, transforming logistics and tactical responses against potential threats. This means that even the Russian forces are turning their heads, looking over their shoulders, unsteady about their own coastal defenses. Sweden's robust support extends beyond heavy machinery. It synergizes with a philosophy of warfare that emphasizes operational efficiency and tactical discipline. As Ukrainian personnel receive specialized training in maintaining and utilizing these state-of-the-art systems, they aren't just acquiring tools, they're embodying a new era of combat readiness. The introduction of maintenance protocols and hurried yet strategic deployments result in a well-oiled machine of resilience, a complete overhaul of how warfare is waged in Ukraine. So, as we stand on the brink of a new chapter, one has to wonder, what will emerge as the final outcome of this support? Will the tide of war truly turn in favor of Ukraine? Or is there more in store to challenge this momentum? The complexities of this evolving battlefield continue to unfold, revealing layers of strategy and profound implications for all involved. After significant silence, 2 centuries later, Sweden is now an unexpected player in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Their actions are not only a statement of moral support but a crucial shift in the dynamics of warfare. With 6.5 billion in military assistance, Stockholm is reshaping the battlefield, shifting momentum toward Ukraine, particularly along critical fronts like Donetsk, Kharkiv, and Svatovo. Swedish weaponry, notably the STRV-122 and CV-90, is making its presence felt among Russian forces. The 20th and 41st Armies of Russia are feeling the strain brought about by these advanced systems. The STRV-122 is no ordinary tank. It is built upon the robust German Leopard platform and has been fine-tuned for resilience. Its turret armor is significantly thick, coupled with cutting-edge thermal imaging systems that enhance battlefield awareness, especially in Ukraine's diverse terrains. But the STRV-122 doesn't stand alone. It partners with the CV-90, an infantry fighting vehicle that is redefining operational synergy. This robust platform boasts a powerful 40mm cannon and a high-precision targeting system, capable of operating both in tandem with tanks and solo. Its position isn't secondary, it stands shoulder to shoulder with heavy armor, actively engaging the enemy and facilitating coordinated assaults that have turned the tide around urban and semi-urban terrains. The effect is palpable. The 21st Mechanized Brigade has effectively utilized CV-90s in organized formations, contributing to successful operations around Vovchansk. As these vehicles advanced, the complexity of their movements overwhelmed Russian defenses, leading to confusion and misdirected responses. The high maneuverability of the CV-90 didn't just shift the ground battle, it started altering the pace of warfare, dictating terms when and how firepower was unleashed. Artillery, too, has evolved in its execution, with the Archer system embodying quick deployment and rapid response. It affords Ukrainian forces the ability to launch impactful strikes while maintaining mobility. This reduces risks from retaliation, turning battles into tactical chess plays where the stakes are life and loss. Sweden has not limited its efforts to the ground. Its influence extends high into the skies with the ASC-890 early warning system. This platform synthesizes air and missile threats like never before, providing a 360-degree view and drastically improving Ukraine's air defense capabilities. As the system integrates across its theaters, the stakes continue to rise. Ukraine is no longer dependent on delayed data from afar. Direct access provides real-time awareness, enhancing the odds of intercepting incoming threats effectively and swiftly. The impact of such technology might very well change the balance in ways no one could have anticipated. However, warfare doesn't solely rely on what happens in the skies or on land. It's a battle that spans rivers and coastlines, utilizing stealth and speed. Swedish combat vessels, derived from the Stridsbåt 90 family, are key players in these fluid environments. They empower special forces and marines, allowing for rapid strikes and discreet exits. As these silent operators navigate through critical estuaries and coastal zones, they amplify the reach of Ukrainian capabilities into uncharted territories. The question remains, in a game of shifting tactics and technologies, what will be the next maneuver that reshapes the battlefield? Ukraine, with its newfound Swedish partnership, is now leveraging a sophisticated approach to warfare that could redefine not only this conflict but future engagements as well. With each day, they draw closer to a balance of power that was once thought unattainable. As the tides turn, can Ukraine secure its sovereignty against a formidable opponent like Russia? And as Sweden augments its assistance, what unforeseen repercussions might emerge on the world stage? $200 million can rebuild more than just shattered homes. When Sweden funnels aid into Ukraine's war-torn cities, it's not simply about bricks and mortar. It's a mission to heal deep wounds, social, psychological, and emotional. Picture streets where memories once lived, now slowly restored not only with walls but with the invisible thread of belonging stretched taut again. Neighborhoods, once shattered by conflict, are beginning to pulse with life again. But this aid goes far beyond construction. Stockholm has poured over $220 million into emergency response and crisis management. This isn't just a fund, but a lifeline for those who stay in the war's fiercest zones. Humanitarian groups, local clinics, and municipality services rely on this injection to keep going, providing care and support amidst chaos. It's about preserving human dignity where devastation reigns. Imagine health workers racing against time, managing wounds and trauma, all made possible by this crucial support. Energy infrastructure has become a prime target in this war. Continuous blackouts and freezing winters threaten more than comfort, they fracture hope itself. Sweden's commitment of over $140 million to Ukraine's energy sector stands as a defiant glow amid the darkness. These funds sustain electricity grids, heat systems, and critical facilities. Each restored light flickering on is a battle cry, light fighting back the encroaching shadows. Can you feel the hum of power rekindled, the warmth seeping back into homes? This fight over energy goes beyond machinery, it whispers survival. But there's even more. Mine clearance teams sweep deadly traps hidden beneath the earth, as new medical staff train to face daily horrors. Food security programs persist too, with nearly $10 million dedicated to safeguarding Ukraine's grain exports. This isn't just food for today, it's a thread in a global lifeline. Fragile nations in Africa and Asia depend on these Ukrainian harvests. By backing this cause, Sweden is quietly steering a humanitarian ripple far beyond Europe's borders. Could this be the blueprint for victory, a war fought on battlefields but also on hope, recovery, and the resilience of civilians? Sweden's aid strategy stretches beyond tanks and missiles. It's a fight for the heart and soul of a nation enduring war's brutal tides. As the winter chill bites and cities bear the scars of shelling, these investments might be the difference between despair and survival. What happens when rebuilding homes means mending spirits? When restoring electricity means igniting hope? Sweden's role in Ukraine is more than military support, it's a fight for a future worth standing for. But how far will this resolve hold against the darkness that still looms? The next chapter is waiting to be written. Just when you thought aid ended at handing over supplies, Sweden's commitment to Ukraine reveals a deeper, evolving strategy. This is no one-time gesture, it's a continuously adapting lifeline. In March 2025, Sweden rolled out a fresh $138 million civil aid package aimed not only at rebuilding shattered homes but at reviving essential health services and clearing deadly mines that block the way home for countless displaced civilians. This strategic aid is about restoring life and hope, accelerating the return of normalcy to communities torn apart by war. But the Swedish impact stretches far beyond the battlefield's rubble and clinics. Stockholm has positioned itself as the strongest advocate for tougher economic sanctions against Russia within the European Union. It's not just political posturing. Sweden has pushed for blocking crucial technology exports and slashing energy revenues flowing to Moscow. This isn't viewed as a mere tool, it is a vital necessity in the fight to uphold international law and preserve a world order rooted in rules, not brute force. In the unforgiving rhythm of conflict, hesitation means falling behind. Sweden understands that winning this war demands more than money, it demands relentless decisions made in time. Delays only sharpen the effectiveness of Sweden's carefully crafted support network, a silent but potent force reshaping the war's outcomes from behind the scenes. This is the cold calculus of warfare, where timing and strategy intertwine. How much does influence weigh in a battle fought not just on front lines but in courtrooms, markets, and diplomatic chambers? Sweden's unwavering commitment is proof that war is waged on multiple fronts: economic, humanitarian, and ideological. What if the true victory emerges not from a battlefield breakthrough, but from the slow, deliberate unraveling of an opponent's foundation? The story isn't over. The question remains: what happens when the tide of aid, sanctions, and resilience shifts the balance of power sideways, upending expectations in the heart of the conflict? The next chapter will reveal whether Sweden's calculated gamble will alter history's course or if unexpected forces will rise to challenge this unraveling drama.